Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to everyone in the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day in Inglewood, California, and I sincerely hope that everything is going well in your area. It's warm, but it's not as warm here as it is in some places. So we don't have anything to gripe about. We just praise the Lord and thank Him for another day. But today, as usual, we will be here sharing knowledge so that anyone who cares to, learn how to take better care of their health, how to get away from a lot of problems. And that's what we'll be talking about, just sharing some things that you can benefit from. See, we have so many people that through the years and even now, people come into the facility and they don't have a clue. A lot of them don't have a clue as to what they want or need. And then when you share with them the things that would be, pertinent or good for them to partake of, so that they could overcome some of their maladies, they start telling you what they like and don't like. And that was not a good that's not a good record to play, because when they tell me that, I start looking for somebody else that is actually looking for some real help. So if you don't take charge of your own life, somebody else will, and you can believe that one. And so it's a warm day here, but it's not like some. There are people that are smoldering, as they say. Then Barstow last weekend, it was kind of hot, but we made it through, and we had some good fruits to eat and things like that. We had a wonderful time with one of my nephews, and his father and I. His father's my brother, of course. We traveled up there with his wife, and we had a wonderful time. It's a long drive, but it was pleasant, and it was good to see him. I hadn't seen him in quite a while. Very positive young man that's doing a lot of good things. And so today we just want to share some of the things that people can partake of to overcome some of the maladies that we have in our lives, whether it be overeating, over drinking, whatever. There are a lot of things that we can actually overcome if we want to, or if we care to. And that's what we do every Wednesday. We talk about, doing the right things to get the right results. Because if you don't do the right thing at the right time, there will be some other result. And that's not going to be good. As they say, it's not going to fare you well. And so I appreciate all of you listeners, and I want to let you know that those of you who call in and share things with us, then we're happy to hear it, and we're also glad to have you on board, because the idea is to get to people in their space, to those who want to, and provide them with some knowledge, and which will give them an opportunity to overcome any little maladies that might be deriding them. And we know there are many people who are going through that, because we see a lot of them. The one thing that I'm prayerful of, and that the people who actually do come and seek help, that when they seek it, follow the lead that we give you, because my assistant and I have been at this for a long time. I've been at it for 40 something years. And so I know a little bit. I haven't forgotten everything. Some of it is probably hiding in the archives, but there are many things that are still right there waiting to take its part in restoration of the human body. And so I appreciate, your patronage, and our goal, as I say, is to make a difference in the people who are having some issues and want to correct them. The only way you're going to correct anything is by making changes, and the changes must be the right changes, not just a change for sake of change. You have to do it because it's the right thing and it's going to create the right results. So that's why we sit here on this platform and talk for 10, more than 10. We do it for an hour, and been doing it for quite a while. And God willing, we will continue, because we're not tired yet. That's right, we are not tired yet. We're always looking for those who are looking for the right direction. And so if you look in the right direction and you're looking in our direction, and if we can all get together, then we'll be able to pull these things together where we all have a better quality of life. And we can also keep reaching down to others who are lesser educated in the way of their own lives, because there are a lot of people that they're living in a vessel that God created, and they don't know how to take care of it. And so when you don't take care of your health, you're subject to lose it. And I don't think anyone wants to lose their health, but it happens. It happens because we don't pay the right attention. Pay attention to your health and your life and what you put in your body. Make sure that you're eating healthy. And if you find yourself in a situation where malady has kind of grabbed you, or you're downtrodden, you as we call, you're sick, or you're having problems like that, then there's a message in that. There's a message in that madness. It's telling you it's time for you to make some positive changes in your modus operandi, your body. Do some things for your body to change the situation that is in at this time. Because guess what? If you don't change, what do you think it's gonna keep going down the same trail until it just lights out? So be vigilant. Look at your own body. Think about, okay, what am I doing? Am I eating well? Am I putting the right liquids in my body? Am I doing too many things together? Because that's a lot of us are doing. We just throw a pile of things together and start gobbling. Well, that's not so good. We need to have cognizance in that area. We need to understand what can go together and do it right and without causing problems, and what things can't go together or shouldn't go together. Are there some things that we need to make sure that they're liquefied versus putting, things in the body that's got to try to break down in your stomach when those things weren't designed to be together at the same time. So there are many things that can be done that can turn all this around. And that's what this is about. This is what this program is about. It's about sending out a message that people can understand. We don't want to make it so sophisticated that you don't understand it. No, this is basic stuff. You have toxins in your body that build up in different places because we are not allowing the body to flush them out with the different organs in your body that's their job, to help get waste out. And so we have to give them that opportunity. But if you are constantly feeding the body, things that it doesn't really need or can't use properly, and you're missing out on a lot of energy and various things like that because of that, then seek somewhere someone that can assist you in stopping that. Put some brakes on. Start doing things that will guarantee that your body will get healthy and get better instead of going through demise. There's a lot of sick people. We see a lot of people coming in the facility here that are sick. And there are those who won't help, and then there are those who, they try to tell you what to do. That doesn't last long with me. I have no problem with, discussing things with a person or sharing a little knowledge as to why this is pertinent, why this would be different, you know. But if you don't already know and you're not willing to go and read for yourself, then don't try to tell me or my assistants. Don't try to tell us how to do it. We're on a pretty good track for knowing what to do, and it's all about getting the knowledge as you go along. So I've been down this trail over 45 years doing the same thing, and traveling, talking to people, talking to them over the phone, talking to them in sessions, because I've had sessions all over the country and out of the country, and had great times helping people who were interested in being helped. That's the main thing. Because if someone doesn't really want your help, then don't try to force them. Because if they're not ready, they're not ready. You have to be ready for health in order for you to get some health. Because if you're ready for, your meat and bread and whatever, all the stuff you're doing every day, getting up in the morning with some big heavy breakfast that that's supposed to be breaking a fast. It's called break fast. It's not, I'm eating my breakfast. No, it's break fast. When you're breaking a fast, you break in it fast. 4 o'clock in the morning, the truck starts hauling stuff out to get it out. And here you are piling on top of that some things that shouldn't even go into the body that time of day. You see, so those are the critical factors for anyone who wants to have a better life. See, long life and all of that, and good health is what we desire for, but for some reason we get caught up in fat back and fried chicken and pork chops and yada yada, on and on and on. We get caught up in all of that, and we forget all about the other things. And see, the plant kingdom has a lot more to offer you than all of those other things that you're thinking about. The plants are there for the cleaning up of the nation and building up the nation. All these plant-based things, and not grown with a lot of pesticides and chemicals and all that kind of thing. These things need to be brought up in a way where they haven't been adulterated. Because if you've poisoned them and you've got taken all the good stuff out of it, how can it do anything for you? So those are some pearls of wisdom that we need to understand, why we need to eat more plant-based than we do animals. And I know there are folks that think that they can eat a cow and a half and 2 calves, but the only thing you're hurting is yourself. And so if you want to, if you're a person that you're going to say, I'm going to have a little bit of this, well, make sure you know what to put it together with. It doesn't go with everything. Everything does not go together. They don't digest together. And so you should not put them together, because then you're going to create problems. Dr. Lionel Richie, we have a lot of other, folks who who have been a part of the holistic health service, and we've had I have people that are calling now that I haven't even heard from in quite a while, and it's always good to hear from friends. A lot of them are people that I went to school with, some that I was in the service with, and it's just been it's really nice to have good people in your corner, or those who are willing to assist you if you need it. And there are many people in my life like that. Some of them I haven't seen in quite a while. Every now and then we'll bump into each other, or we'll call each other. And it's always great to hear them, and always great to just chat a little bit. Sometimes you don't have a long time to be talking, but you can have a few words, how the person's doing. And they call and they want to purchase certain things, and you get them together for them and move them on down the track. So that is one of the things that we are very busy in, is getting people on programs that can assist them in having a better quality of life. Because if your quality of life is not good, you're suffering throughout. I mean, that's just not a good thing. And I can't help but say something about all of these vaccines that everybody is allowing to be put into their bodies. And it's like they're afraid not to, and running around with masks on and all this. Every time somebody's supposedly in charge of something, here we go again. And now loading up the babies. And this is sadness as far as I'm concerned, because all this is not helping anybody. And if you listen to some of those very, very notable doctors out there from different lands that are telling you the truth about this, and you only want to listen to the media. And so this is what we do. And so many the people are buying into that. They're not buying into Bobby Kennedy's book, they're buying into Dr. Fauci's book. I mean, it's like, what are we doing? We're going down the wrong trail, and we need to really quickly do a turnaround so we can get on the right track. God's people should have more, I don't know, common sense, or just sense, period, to stop believing everything that you hear. It said, my mother used to say, what was it? She said, believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. So, that could be a little bit of a thing for everybody. Don't believe everything that you hear and half of what you see, because there's a lot of things out there that are not good for us. It just isn't. You're part of the situation that Bill Gates talks about when he talks about decreasing the population of people. And so we've gotten to the point now where we just kind of jump at anything. Or if somebody said it over, or if it's over the radio, I couldn't hear it over nowhere else, yada, on and on and on. So these are the types of things that we have to overcome. Fear. Fear is a master destroyer. Fear. If you're afraid of something, you can't focus properly. So we need to first get ourselves up to get our brain to where it's not fearful. It's not just sitting around waiting for somebody to show up and say, you need another shot, you need another this, you need to listen to people like Dr. Cherry Tenpenny and folks like that who are giving you positive knowledge on what you should and what you shouldn't be doing, instead of us going out here doing all of it and sticking more needles in babies now and stuff than ever before. Where are we going? What is it we're looking for? Whatever it is, it's not good. And so health is your wealth. Health is wealth. We need to be involved with people that are, growing healthy food, so that when we get it and we put it into our bodies, if we do it the right way, we get the right results. We don't want to so you have some real nice greens you just got from a garden where there was no pesticides and none of that herbicides, nothing like that in it. And as soon as you get it to your house, you throw it into a pot of boiling water and boil the death out of it. Turn the other way around. You boil all the life out. And what do we have left? Basically nothing. There's no energy left in that. If you destroy all the energy in something, it can't give you any life. It's done. So that's what a lot of our people are doing. We're packing up with all sorts of things that are clogging up our gut, or clogging up our stomach first, but then clogging up the rest of the body. And what we need is good, healthy, plant-based nutrition that's going into your body with life in it, so that it can pass through without hindrance. It can go into the bloodstream, it can go up the limbic system into the subconscious mind, then into the conscious mind, and out into the body with nothing but adulterated energy and life. That's what we need. We need to stop being afraid of boogeyman. There's a lot of boogeymen running around out here. But find somebody or something else to put your faith in. Faith in God. It can be or somebody else if you believe in them that much. But we need to make some serious changes. We are eating ourselves into the ground. And so often when we talk to people here in the facility, and we talk about cleansing, detoxing, and then the first thing out of somebody's mouth is, how does that taste? And I say straight up, taste is what got you in the problem. Taste. I eat a lot of things that don't necessarily taste that great for me, but when I'm doing it because of a purpose. A lot of natural things are not going to taste good. Some do. You got your berries out there, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. You got things like that taste great and taste, not only just taste great, they're very good for you. They help to clean the body up, and they also help to feed it. So those are the types of things we want to pattern ourselves out after, and not trying to see how much of a cow we can eat in one setting, or how many pails of greens that you cooked up over a few minutes and killed all the life in them, and gobbling that down. When you're eating like that, you're eating nothing. You're eating things that have, I get full and fed, two different things, way two different things. Because if there's no life in what you're eating, you aren't eating life. You're not getting the life that you need to keep your body moving. Know that, and don't argue the point, because if you need to go study a while to find out that what I just said is true, then go do it. But otherwise, if you're just saying, well, I like this and I like it, then you do whatever. You don't have to try to get better. You don't have to do anything. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But a word to the wise would be sufficient. If you want to have a good, healthy life, longevity, if longevity is your what you want to do, then put the right things in your body so that they can do what they need to do to keep your body healthy and wealthy and wise. That's what you do. Anything other than that is a waste of your time and effort. But there are so many people that'll tell you that Well, I love this, I like this, and this tastes great, and on and on and on. But taste isn't everything. In fact, it's a long ways from being everything. But some of the times you have to have some bitter tea, some bitter something to get into your body properly and do what it's needing to turn it around. This is why we do detoxes and we don't put a whole bunch of sugar and stuff like that in people's cleansing. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that at this place. We ain't doing that. So if you desire some health because you have some problems and you need some cleansing, we have detox programs. Cleansing, you can call them a cleansing program, a detox program, means the same thing. And if you do it the right way and don't be in a hurry, because there are those who want to detox in 3 days. Duh. No, that's not going to work. You see, your body has numerous sections, and you don't need to try to clean them all up at the same time. You start working on certain things, and then you keep working till you get up to the whole batch has now come together, and they're working together in harmony. But when you first start off, if you're so clogged up in the gut area or so clogged up in the stomach, no, you got to start slowly and work your way up. And so many people who won't do that, that's why they quit. They quit on the program. It's like there was something wrong with the program. But nothing wrong with the program. It was something wrong with the person who didn't have the patience to do what it needed to do to get the body back on proper grounding. Because if we're in a hurry, then we're always going to do the wrong things, because there's no rushing. This is not Russian River. This is holistic health, and everyone can use some holistic health. The person out there who think they're doing the greatest, including me, we're not eating everything we need. And I don't do a lot of the things other folks do, but I wouldn't say I'm 100%, because sometimes I might eat too many sweet fruits. But most of the time, it's those fruits that come from grapes and blackberries and things like that. They're not loaded up with sugar. They have a little bit, and it works well with what you're doing. We use things like that to make the teas that help to cleanse the colon, the liver, and all of the arteries and things in the body. This is why we do it. It's because the body, when we are continually eating, cooked and meats and breads, and we putting all these things together, we just throwing everything together like it's a melting pot or something. But that's not the way it should be. And those who make changes, when they find out, okay, this makes sense, and I'm going to start doing this, they see the results, and they come back and tell us. It's always such a nice thing to have somebody come up and hug you and say nice things, and they're not just trying to blow smoke up. They're telling you the truth, because if you've been around people for close to 50 years and they've had dealings with you and they know of you, and then they have some knowledge of you and how you have walked through this life, and they know whether you are just a shaman or if you're a real person. So life, it's in itself is a commodity. We really need to learn how to take better charge of our own lives. And if those, if we have children, we really have to take, charge of theirs, because children are going to eat what they want, or if you let them, because we all were like that. When I was growing up, we wanted candy, and we wanted all these other things, and we wanted sweets. Well, Miss Susan didn't give you everything you wanted. She would let you have a little something after your dinner, but you were going to eat some vegetables. She made sure of that, because she had gardens of them, and we ate them. So I learned how to do that years ago, to eat more than just what tastes sweet and good. But I'll admit that when I got away from home, went in the military, some of those things changed. But some years later, right at the age of 35, I think was when this happened, when I got involved in natural medicine. And I had met some folks that inspired me, and I had to get more. I had to learn more and more and more. And I'm still trying to learn more. I've had my 80th birthday, but I got to learn more. And I gotta get back some of that slipped away while I was, having issues. So there's always something that we can do to enhance our lives. We don't have to keep, putting things out there that we know are not right. And then if you've studied any of these things, then you know when you're putting the wrong thing in your body and when you're not. But if we just, the only thing we're doing is looking at, okay, I like the way this tastes, I'm going to eat this, then that's it. We have no clue as to how these ingredients will react in our system. How would how do you know when something is going wrong? You don't know a thing about what tastes good. Taste, okay. Taste. Taste is not a bad thing, but then again, it can be, because it depends on what you're tasting and what else is there. Because it's very difficult in this society, especially with younger folks, to get on the right track when you have adults that are still doing the same thing. And if you allow the children to have what they want to, I see some videos at times, and the child wants one thing and the mom is trying to give them something else, and they turn their head. I don't want that. I don't like that. And I've seen that in real life, and I've seen it on TV, where a lot of them get to do what they want to do. And so who's leading who? Who's, if the child is telling you what they want and you giving in to it, who's in charge? The child at that point. And that's not going to be a good event at the end, because children are not they're not at a stage in their brain where they can be controlling a parent, unless the parent is just, I mean, I'm not just saying, but it can happen, because there are some who just want to get them out of the way. Here, just, don't do that. Don't do that. Stay the course. Be firm. Be firm. I don't say be mean. I said be firm, because you need a child needs, is what we call raising for a while anyway. They need to be raised by a parent. That means they're bringing you up the right way. So if you are not doing it the right way, how can you talk to them about doing it? It's very difficult for you to tell a child to eat this and eat that and and don't eat, don't drink this while you doing it. Well, I'm grown. Yeah, well, you're leading a bad example. You're leading a very bad example. Think about who it is that's sitting there near you or sitting there on the table, sitting at the table by you, and what is happening with them as they see what you are doing. See, that's what you have to look at. Because a lot of what some children are doing right now is a result of what they saw a parent do or heard them say. So be careful, folks. Be careful. Be very careful with what you put in your body, put in your mouth, what you say, all of that. Because if there's children around you, they're looking, they're listening, and they're picking it up. And we don't need that. We don't need no extra stuff. We need them all to be diligent. We need them to be good students. We need them to be, of a right mind. And so if we let them go wild and do what they want to do, then the next thing you know, they're going to be jumping on you. It's happened. Whether child attacked the parent, maybe after they got a little older, but for whatever reason, what made them do this? Because something happened in the process of them growing up where they didn't get, and I'm not saying you have to take something and beat this tar out of somebody, but you have to find a way where you can make sure that they end up turn out to be a good citizen and not an AH, because there are some of those who will curse you in a minute and don't care who's listening. And a lot of them, I've seen them curse their own parent. No, it didn't happen in my house. No, I wouldn't be here. If I had thought about it, if I dreamed that, I wouldn't be here. That didn't happen in my family. No, not sure. There was some time that I wanted to sneak off and play with the other boys and whatever. But I was on a farm and we raised a lot of our own stuff. And so that meant that there was times that I have to be out there too. I couldn't be, I was the oldest young boy in the group. So I couldn't go hide. I want to go play with the other boys, sliding down the red bank or whatever. No, it's right now it's time to do some work. There was cotton to pick, there was peanuts to pick, there was fruit to pick. I was all kinds of things. But you know what? We always had food. We always had something good to eat, and we didn't have chemicals in it. So that was a lesson way back for me. And when I ventured away from there and got out on my own, I strayed for a little while, but thank God, 19. It was a time when I knew it was time to change. And I met some people in my path that they were put into my path for a reason. God did it. And it helped me to get my bearings and understand this is what I want to do with my life. This is this makes sense to me. I like this. I can help people. I can help myself. I can help my parents because they're getting older. And all of those things manifested in my life during that time when my parents were still around. My father lived to be 95, and when he passed, I was 40 something. So it was just the way that they brought us up, and we didn't sass anybody. We didn't talk back to folks. You certainly wasn't going to talk back to your parents. but we didn't do it to any adult, because they could pull a switch out and whip your butt. And you can go and tell your family that they did such and such and such, and nobody ever got beat up. So, you can't hit my child. No, we had better sense than to do anything to cause that. So it's a long road from earth to, as they say, from earth to glory. But we have to spend a lot of time, if well, say we want to spend a lot of time, I'll put it that way, because there have been many that were here a short time for a lot of different reasons. Some came in and went right out. Others got in a little bit more, and things happened to them, or they had sicknesses, lots of things happen. But in my life, I had my 80th birthday, July the 5th. And I'm looking forward to some more. I don't know how much, but I want to be here as long as I can be here in my right mind, and being able to, make a difference in somebody's life that's open to that. So who are you? Where are you? Why are you there? See, we have a lot of people that are sick and they don't even know it. And there are others who are sick and they know it, but they're looking for some miracle somewhere to fix it. And see, the miracle is in the plants. All of the life is in the plants, the berries, even trees. That's where they are. They're not in a bottle of alcohol, or they're not in a fried chicken or a fried pork. It's not in all of that. If you're a person who wants to eat some of that, learn how to do it in a way where you don't make things worse. But for myself, I gave all of that up as soon as I started studying holistic medicine, because I started listening to people who were doing what they say they do, and I didn't want to be a hypocrite. So I said, let me get in lockstep with these people right here. They seem like good people, and they're telling me some good things. And so that's the road that we walked to this day. Walking down the King's Highway, walking down the road, on the farm, wherever. And so many places was I able to go and to see that some may never see. And I went to places and lectured and just shared with people, and they were happy to see me. And then there are those places I went several different times, and they were always, there's never a time that I even heard from somebody's back whispering saying, I wish he would go home. I never heard that. It's like, when will you be back? When you coming back? Oh, I don't know, but I'll be back. Just, let me know when we'll set up a date somewhere down the road. And that was the life after getting out of the military and getting from some of the different jobs that I was working. And I always had a job. It wasn't anything there. But it was such a change to get into holistic medicine. I'll never forget it. It'll always be a part of my life as long as I'm alive. I may not be as vigorous at it as I am now, or as I was, because some things slow up on you a little bit. Some of the cognition it kind of fades, and then you do everything you can to freshen it again, to bring it up to, where you can do a lot of those things that you once did, or you can see a lot of the things you once did. Because I've had some vision issues, and right now my left eye, I can see from here to the ocean. And some couple of months, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, before I had the little cataract thing to clear my left eye, I could see from the front door of my building to the first block. That's what I could, and I would have to squint because I'm looking toward the ocean. I would have to squint. Well, right now, folks, I walk out to the front door, look down the street, and I see the ocean. I see the planes all the way at the airport. And if you think that's not, that's a godsend. And I'm looking forward now to the one on the right side of my head, which I kind of let it go too long, but we're still giving it a shot to see if we can't bring it back to where it needs to be over time. The pressure's gone. There's no pressure there, but it's just there's some things that need to be, brought back into some parts of the body that needs to be built up. And so that's what I'm doing at this point. And I'm looking forward to it. And God willing, and the creek don't rise, I believe that once more I will have two eyes. I didn't mean for that to rhyme necessarily, but it fits. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to sit here in my upper room and share knowledge with people, because I know some of them listen because they come in and tell me. And I know there's some that don't. And there are those who come into the door and they want to tell you what they want to do. So if you have that much knowledge about the situation, then you don't really need to talk to me about it. You can ask me a question and say, well, what about this or what about that? And I'll give you the best answer that I can at this point. There's things are not quite the same now as they were, just say 10 years ago, maybe even 5. But some of the things have got a little slow. But I'm still here doing what I do to help this facility go on with my people here that work with me. We are doing what we can to make this a better place. And you can't make it a better place by doing bad things. You have to make it by doing positive things. And so that's why I do what I do. I enjoy what I do most of the time. Every now and then you decide, I ought to go hide under the bed or something. No. But when you have good people to work with and you have good things to, what you can share with people, it's a no-brainer. It's just, this is a life. It's actually a life's dream that I didn't even know about until I was 20. I think, no, I was 27, 30 dollars. 30 years somewhere. I was older than I am because as I said, I spent a lot of time with aviation and places like that. And so at 30, 33, I met someone, Dr. Paul Goss. I met him and some other people, and that it wound my clock, as they say. And it's been running ever since. Slowed down sometime, but you get it get it going again. And I have no place else to go. I'm here, and I'm here for a purpose. And it's so nice when people come in and they want to hug you, and they ask me. Some will ask me, and some won't. They'll ask me my age, and when I tell them that I'm 80, they what? You know, like they don't want to believe it, or they don't believe it, or whatever. But no, that's not something. I don't lie about much of anything, especially not going to do it about my year of how old I am. I'm looking forward to more and more and more. My father was 95 when he left this planet, and my mother was 90, and she was here 20 years after he left, but she was much younger than he was. So if I'd love to have a few more, whatever God blesses me with, I accept. What else will I? Can't do nothing else. When your time is up, your time is up. When your clock is winding down, it's winding down. But do everything that you can while you're alive, and do it in an order where you never hurt anybody, but do it in a way that you help somebody. See, if I could help somebody as I go along this way, then my won't be in vain. My travels won't be in vain. And so that's who I am, and that's basically what I am. I'm a man that's walking along a path that I have walked on now for 45 years. It's 45, 46, somewhere in there. And I met some nice people on the way. I met some very nice people on the way. And sometime now, one of them will flash into my head, and I say, "Oh, what about Dr. So-and-so, or Bishop so-and-so, Bishop whoever, or whatever the person?" You just think back, because sometimes, your memory lapses a little bit, and you all of a sudden you say, "Wow, I remember that person." I've had people call me on the phone and talk to them for, I don't know, sometimes 10 to 15 minutes, and not really know who I'm talking to. And I don't ask them, but somewhere near the end of it, we come to that realization. And that's not the way I would like for it to be, but that's the way it is sometimes. Because some of the people, if I haven't heard their voice in a long period of time, it may be somebody that I knew 20 something years ago. I may not remember them unless I've heard them in increments, up to the present day. But whatever it is, it's life is not so much in the fast lane, but it's still fast lane, because we're moving around, we're doing things, we're building things, we're helping people. And what else would you want to do? I mean, this is my life. And I'm getting close to time to shut it down. So I just want to let you folks know that we will be here as long as God says that I'm able. And I look forward to seeing you and talking to you whenever you show up here, or whenever you show up for the upper room. And God bless you, God keep you, and God's light shine upon you and give you peace.